Brazil, now one of the largest countries in the world, wasn't always meant to be this big. When European powers first arrived, its borders were originally much smaller. The story of Brazil's expansion is one of treaties, wars, and political maneuvers that shaped its modern-day size. It all began when Christopher Columbus returned from his voyage to the New World, docking in Lisbon. Since he had previously sought funding from Portugal for his journey, the Portuguese realized that he had discovered a new route, which they initially believed led to Asia. Although it was actually an entirely new continent, this fact was not yet understood. Portugal, eager to claim territory, prepared an expedition. However, Spain, fearing competition, turned to the Pope for intervention. To prevent conflict, the Pope drew a dividing line between Spanish and Portuguese claims, leaving Portugal with only a small strip of land in the Americas. In 1494, both countries renegotiated this boundary, slightly extending Portugal's portion. For years, Portugal stayed within these limits, and both nations coexisted peacefully until things changed in 1580. That year, a succession crisis led to the Portuguese throne falling into Spanish hands, effectively merging the two empires. With both under one ruler, territorial disputes were temporarily irrelevant. However, new challenges arose in the early 1600s when the Dutch arrived. At the time, the Netherlands was engaged in a conflict against Spain. Previously, the Dutch had freely traded with Brazil, but as hostilities intensified, the Spanish ruler banned Dutch trade. Unwilling to accept this, the Dutch launched an invasion, seizing parts of Brazil and establishing a colony called New Holland. However, this occupation was short-lived. After Portugal regained independence from Spain, it swiftly reclaimed the territory. Seeking wealth, the Portuguese pushed further westward, searching for gold and new lands to exploit. This territorial expansion brought them into direct conflict with Spain. In 1750, both nations signed the Treaty of Madrid, which significantly altered Brazil's borders. Portugal gained vast new territories, while Spain took a smaller, strategically important area. Spain agreed to the deal because much of the land given to Portugal was dense rainforest, making it difficult to control, and the portion they acquired helped curb smuggling. During the Napoleonic Wars, Spain's hold over its colonies weakened, and the Portuguese royal family relocated to Brazil. Meanwhile, parts of modern-day Uruguay sought independence, which Portugal used as an opportunity to invade in 1817. However, Brazil, which became independent in 1822, later had to give up the territory due to British intervention. To avoid war and maintain trade relations with Buenos Aires, Britain brokered a deal in 1828, leading to Uruguay's independence. Throughout the 19th century, Brazil finalized its remaining borders with its neighbors. The last major dispute involved a territory claimed by both Brazil and France. In 1809, France attempted to assert control, but Brazil repelled their forces. To avoid escalating tensions, the matter was settled through international arbitration, which ruled in Brazil's favor. This was the last major territorial adjustment, solidifying Brazil's modern-day borders. And that's how Brazil grew into the massive country we know today. It's a story of diplomacy, wars, and strategic decisions that shaped the nation into the largest in South America.